Hello, my tribe, my beautiful people. Sakina here. Welcome back to my channel. Let me put you on something. Sometimes the devil tries to play some childish games with you, but you are healed, self aware, you understand the game. So there is always a loophole in the whole matrix. And once you see the loophole, baby, it's game over. A checkmate. Mate. For instance, some technical issues in your phone, something going on with the Wi Fi, with the light, and so forth. Again, you are healed. There is no broken pieces inside your psyche. There is no residue of any darkness because you already embraced the darkness. Healing is amazing, y'all. You should try it. Excuse me. It might sound random. Trust me when I tell you, my friends. Nothing is random. Everything makes sense. Everything is connected if we are awake. Self-awareness is something. About 14 years ago, I used to live in a very shitty area because that was the only option I had at the time. I was pretty aware about the concept of location, but still, that was the only option that I had at the time. And obviously, if you know, you know. If you don't, I hope you never know. When you live in shitty areas, you end up seeing a lot of shitty things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. No, thank you. Not today. Not today, Satan. I didn't have a car, so walking basically was the only option. And I had a pretty shitty job in a small place. The only option at the time was the graveyard shift, so I used to work at night. And obviously, walking 35 minutes in the dark by myself, I used to see a lot of shitty things as well. But here's the thing, when you are aware and awake, present in the moment, you just see things from an observer perspective. And this is the best practice that you can do, and it doesn't come easy. It's not an easy task, just to keep it that way. Again, you see a lot of shady things from the observer perspective because you are healed, you are aware. I didn't use exposed because exposure in my book, from my own experience, means participation, which is not the case back then. Keep in mind, 14 years ago, I was going through the hardest awakening of my entire existence. And I think it was the hardest and the harshest in pretty much every single lifetime. I was going through the biggest slap on the face, and I was going through the darkest night of the soul. Because I didn't do it willingly by my own free will and choice. So guess what? The beautiful universe did it for me. And I am so grateful and thankful for the whole awakening experience. So while going through pretty much everything that was happening all at once, I was pretty much on my way where I am right here and right now. I was building up to this momentum that I'm having right now, which is a beautiful experience, a beautiful rocky ride, and it's a blessing. It's a beautiful blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, it was this girl, but before the girl, during my awakening and the darkest night of soul, I was blessed enough to just not experience it and go through it. It was pretty much different I was blessed enough in beautiful experience, as I said. I was blessed enough and chosen for a lot of reasons to not just experience it. I was able to see and touch the egos, there are plenty, the shadows, there are plenty, and the psyche, the soul, the evil within us, the God within us, the light, the awareness, and the consciousness. Yes, I touched everything, I'm telling you. So, started 14 years ago, I had pretty much new different understanding about the soul path, the consciousness, the understanding, the awakening, the God, evil, the darkness, the shadows, the psyche, the wounds, the healing process. Pretty much the soul, the divine within us, the free will, and obviously sex. Because once you understand what is a soul, what is sex, and what is the body, and you see it as a beautiful temple, you understand sex as rituals. You understand that sex is energy exchange. You know that you are here in this lifetime for something, for a purpose that is so much bigger than yourself. You know that sex in general is, again, in a potent magic. It's used actually in the worst and the most crazy witchcraft. The most potent witchcraft shit use sex magic. You can look it up. That's a whole different rabbit hole. I hope you don't get lost in there. So that's that. All I'm saying is the experience was so rocky but beautiful, so beautiful, because once you are in the abyss and you surrender, and surrender doesn't mean you're giving up. It just means you trust the unseen, you trust yourself, and you just let God take the wheel, because your soul knows the purpose, knows you are the blueprint, so you will definitely get to the other side, which is the beautiful light. And here is the thing, once you go through it, you're not the same. You are not the same. There is no way for you, for anything, any force that you can even fathom or imagine that could get you back to the old self. No más, mi amor. No más. So basically 14 years ago, I went through a rebirth. I was reborn from scratch, from the darkest holes of hell. Once you get there and you make it to the other side, which is the light, you see things from different perspective. You don't give two flying figures about anything that is around you, because you understand the assignment that you are in control. You are a powerful creator. You see things for exactly what they are. You don't talk about the circumstances. You don't even care about the circumstances, because you know you are everything. You are the whole universe. You are everything. You're not just a drop in the ocean. You are actually the ocean in a small beautiful drop, if that makes sense. So I was reborn, and the old self, the old version, was gone. She was dead. Gracias. Now, to the point. Long story short, it was this girl who lived in the same shitty area. And she tried so hard to be my friend. And no, thank you. I am my own friend. I'm not seeking any validation. I'm not looking for friends. No, thank you. Because we were in two different timelines, if that makes sense. We were literally in two different timelines. So she started the whole interaction by saying hi sometimes. I can say hi sometimes if I see you. It's not the case all the time. So I used to say hi sometimes, and most of the time she doesn't exist in my timeline. So she was trying to force herself into my new timeline. Not today, Satan. Not today. So basically, later on, she started telling me, "You are so beautiful. What is your name? Where are you from? You are so beautiful." I don't answer these questions. The new version knows better. I don't answer these questions. So basically, since we are in two different timelines, sometimes I used to say thank you because I can take a compliment. But most of the time, oftentimes, she doesn't exist in my timeline. So yeah, I don't I don't care. I don't even hear. I don't even see her. Little you know, one time while I was getting ready for work, and I had this big trash bag that I was going to toss away in the dumpster. So while I was walking, minding my own business, doing my own business, getting and mentally speaking ready for the work, something was unusual that happened that day. It was an anomaly on her own matrix because I am awake, I am aware, I see things for exactly what they are. So she followed me that day. She followed me a little by little, and then she proceeded to say, Girl, I wish I had your body. I wish I had your body. Twice. Let me tell you, while I was tossing my trash, I clocked it. I instantly clocked it. I knew exactly what kind of games she's trying to pull on me. I knew exactly what kind of energy. I knew exactly what it was, what kind of patterns it was. Because I was exposed to the same energy pattern, games, demons in my previous life. So I clocked it right there. Why am I using demon? Because she was a demon to me. This is how I see it. This is how I explain it. This is how I describe it. This is how I perceive it. It was a demonic energy who tried to force itself into my timeline as a test. Because the universe tests you sometimes, specifically when you go through shit and you make it out alive. The universe tests you to see if you learned any lessons. So that was it. I clocked it and I said, all right, I see you. I know exactly what this is. And what I did next might a little bit shock you. I am the only cow, probably, who goes straight to the storm, if you know what I mean. So I turned around and I looked her dead in the eyes and I said, what would you do with it? Yeah, what would you do with it? And let me tell you, everything shifted at that moment. Energy-wise, facial expression, eye movement, micro-expression, body language, and voice. Because I was able to see through her bullshit. Everything shifted, but still, she tried to pull the fool card on me. Sweetie, you cannot pull the fool card on a healed, awake fool. Because I was a fool for 3 decades by default. So you cannot do that. No mas. What I mean by pulling the fool card, she tried to touch me. I had to stop it right there. I said, no touching. What would you do with it? And then she said, Girl, I'm just trying to play with you. I'm just teasing you. You know, it's just a joke. I said, it's not a joke. And then she goes like, I mean, it's just a compliment. I stood my ground because I am in my fucking power. You know what I'm saying? I am in control. And then I said, that was not a compliment, sweetheart. That was a wish. You gotta be careful what you're wishing for. So again, what would you do if you had my body? And then she goes, well, you know, the tone changed and everything. I'll be making more money. I'll be making more money. I'll be asking for more money, more money, more money. You know what I mean? Because at that moment, she knew that I knew what kind of bullshit she was trying to pull on me. Not to this end. Not today. And at the same moment, she remembered that I knew what kind of work she did back then. I'm a girl's girl. I don't give two flying frogs what you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? That is not my issue. That is not my business because I am all up here. I don't even see you. I don't judge because it's not my place. You do you and leave me alone, boo. Because otherwise you will get boo-boo. So at that moment, a decision was made already because at the end of the day, what you believe, it's your belief. It's true. We were not on the same timeline. So this is what I did. This is what I said. I said, you have a blessed evening, sweetheart. And just moved on with my life. Because we don't exist in the same timeline. It was pretty much an invitation that I declined. It was pretty much, in other words, a soft initiation to something, a game that I was so familiar with since day one of my beautiful existence. It was an initiation to energy siphoning because she was studying me for a while. You cannot study me. I am unreadable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was some kind of wild energy siphoning, some kind of the million colors of energy vampirism. If you're not familiar with this, I don't think this video is for you, sweetheart. You can just go and watch Pokemon. And by the way, Pokemon is so spiritual as well. Anyway, so while I was walking to my job, I was thinking about the whole situation. And then while I was waitering my tables that night, I couldn't help but think about all the possible, infinite possible answers she could have used if she was sincere. You know what I'm saying? If we were on the same timeline, if that makes sense. For instance, you see a beautiful body and you wish to have that beautiful body from a manifestation standpoint, if that makes sense. For instance, you could take that body to the gym, make better food choices. You could quit smoking or drinking if that's the case. You could sleep early, get a better job, make a little bit more money if you are smart, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can put yourself in different, better circumstances surround yourself with better people who can invest in you and show you things and teach you things because we are just here to teach each other. You could have probably invested in yourself, put yourself back to school, get a better job, and during the daytime, I don't know, a lot of options. If you have that beautiful body and you are aware that you have this beautiful gift from the divine, you could have developed a beautiful smart brain that goes with it, and then go to places where rich people, powerful people and rich people with resources and money, what have you, hang out. And you never know because the universe works in so many mysterious ways. You could possibly eventually meet the love of your life, the perfect man for you, the perfect match that could invest in you, take you places, show you the other side of the moon, the bright side, because basically you are literally on the dark side right now. Make you, who could probably make you his number one, and make your life super easier. You know what I'm saying? But no, she wanted my body just to have sex and to get paid for the sex. Again, no shame. I don't shame nobody and I don't judge nobody. This is my story, so chill. Alright, that was a little bit wild and sad at the same time, but it makes you think and wonder, you know? So you gotta be careful what you're wishing for. That's that. We're not stopping here. Healing and awakening and getting into a whole different, higher, obviously, level of consciousness makes you question a lot of things, make you shake a lot of beliefs, makes you question or ask or pretty much look for your right, actual, true purpose in this lifetime. It makes you see things for exactly what they are and you call them what they are. So when you see shit, that's not chocolates with heart. You will say that's shit and you move on with your life. I could have said a lot of things if I wanted to, but I chose not to because it's not my fight. Why would I waste my time, my energy, my sweat, my breath, my wisdom, my consciousness, my blue matter to change someone who is not willing to change, to talk to someone who is not on the same level of consciousness, on the same timeline, if that makes sense. She was sleepwalking. She was not ready for it. The only thing she was thinking about is having a sexy body. By the way, I had this beautiful, skinny, sexy, strong, beautiful built, feminine body that I still have, by the way. So she wanted that for that. It's not my fight. So that's what healing and getting to a better place consciousness wise does to you. So I'm taking this as a beautiful seed to have a whole different, deeper conversation. Give me just a second. Bear with me. Oh yeah, by the way, 2 years later, just right after the incident, I was out of that shitty place. Because yeah, I have the beautiful body, but I have the beautiful brain as well. I know exactly what I want to be. I know exactly who I am. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it moving to better places, better circumstances, better people, and so forth. Because I know I deserve better. And that's that. So as I said, I'm making this as a seed for a whole different, deeper, interesting conversation. I was scrolling Facebook. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but here we are. Here we are. Because this should be shared with the universe. And I came across this interesting post. Again, everything makes sense when you understand the game and you connect the dot. If you have the same level of consciousness. All right. So let me just get the post. Yeah. I need to hear you. So I'm gonna put my beautiful glasses. You ready? Listen up. Maybe you're not horny. You are starved for a human touch, affection, intimacy, passion, and fluid communication, followed by an orgasmic release. Your soul craves more than physical connection. It's hungry for mental stimulation, non-sexual affection, comforting conversations, and pure transparency. You get that? It's not for me because I'm not horny. I have a whole different understanding of the whole sex act, the ritual, the vibes, the energy, the body, the temple. So it's not for me. This is literally for you. And we're not stopping here. What you truly desire is a soulful bond where masculine and feminine energy intertwine seamlessly. It's not just about someone penetrating your body. It's about someone who touches your soul, ignites your spirit, and sees you completely. All right? Your soul always knows what it wants, and it won't settle for less than the depth and the fulfillment it deserves. Preach. So yeah, that's that. I'll let you have a moment and think about it. Because, to be honest with you, after times when you are hungry and you don't know what you want to eat, you're probably just thirsty, you just need some water. Sometimes when you're angry, you just need a nap and so forth. So think about it. So this took me back in space and time 2 years ago. When I made a video, I will link it somewhere in the description box. I made a video about creativity and passion. And it was a case that I made and built about female business models. And for the case study, I used Beyonce, Witherspoon, and Kim Kardashian. So what I said in that video, Kim Kardashian wanted so bad to be seen, and she did. Everyone saw everything. And that's exactly what I love about her. And I still stand on the same ground. Yeah, I ain't shifting nothing. Because yes, I love the fact that she wanted so bad to be seen, and she was seen. You know what I'm saying? I didn't delve into more details about what I meant by the whole thing because it was not relevant to the whole conversation that I was having in that video, if that makes sense. Here we are. So now, let's circle back in space and time and go back to when and where everything started to shift for Kim Kardashian. When the whole Kim Kardashian phenomena started. Well, she came from money, debatable. To a certain extent, debatable. Some people say she took one for the team, debatable as well. Debatable. You know what I'm saying? Debatable. So here's what I think. Everything started for Kim Kardashian, what built up to what we have right now, which is the legacy. It's all started with the sex tape. Let's be honest. That's how everything started for the whole Kim Kardashian phenomena experience. Everything started with the sex tape. You know what I'm saying? So now, I don't watch those stuff. But just snippets of videos that come to my feed, to my consciousness and awareness, and then I'll just start connecting the dots. There is a video somewhere on the internet. She was asked by, I think her sister, one of her sisters, I think. She was asked, why did you make the sex tape? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good conversation starter. Ain't gonna lie. I hope you find that video and you watch it and you read between the lines. So when you look at the face, the body language, the eye movement, the micro expression, the breathing, the energy and the vibes, she didn't blink twice when she answered that question. She didn't think about it twice. She didn't blink for a second. There is no remorse. There is no shame. There is no guilt. Good for her. Good for her. That's exactly what I love about her. She knew exactly what she wanted and she just went for it. When you find a loophole, you just keep digging. You know what I'm saying? If shit works for you, keep doing it. I mean, who is gonna judge you? Nobody is perfect. You know what I'm saying? And this is what she said. I was horny. All right, Kim. All right. I'm gonna follow your logic. So if you were horny for a body penetration, if you were horny for the orgasmic experience, if you were horny for sex, you could have done it anywhere with whoever you want, behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Like the 99.99% people of we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing, if that's what you're craving for real. But no, you chose the person, you chose the day, space, and time, right? And you had all this plan already lined up, and you had the intention to make a tape, and then anonymously leak the tape and act surprised. You know what I'm saying? And we know the game. when we say leaked, there is always a big chunk of dineros at the end of the transaction, because everything is contract, if you know what I mean. And then everything shifted, like everything shifted. We all knew about pretty much every single detail of her vagina, if you know what I mean. Good for her. Good for her. So, what was she craving for real? I can tell it's not sex. So she was craving attention. She was craving being in those places. She was craving doors, specific doors, to be open for her, opportunities and what have she at the time. And it did happen. So at the end of the day, you're exactly what you believe. You know what I'm saying? Not just what you eat. You're exactly your thought. That was cool. That was cool. And then a few years later, Kanye West was able to put his hands on the tape. And I can tell you, he paid a big chunk of dineros to get that tape out of the internet. And she acted so emotional. She was so emotional with the ugly cry. Oh, he did it, and he did it. Okay, he did it out of love, out of shame, out of whatever. We don't care. He did it. And I can tell you exactly why he did it. Because of the kids. You know what I'm saying? You are either an extension or the opposite of something. That's my theory that I'm working on right now. Stay tuned. So, what is it that is stopping you from going to where you want to be? That's the question you should be asking yourself. What is it? What is stopping you to embrace your full 100% potential? Embrace the genius within you, the higher self, the full potential, and go do something and make a difference, either for you or for somebody else, for the collective, for instance, because we're different. Everyone has a calling. What is it? So once you define that calling, what is it that is stopping you? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and this brings to my awareness a story that happened that was super viral a couple of years ago. I'm not sure, like 4 or 5 years ago. It was this beautiful young, she was one of the celebrities. I don't remember her name. If you know what I'm talking about, you know the name, please drop it in the comment section. I really appreciate you. Thank you. She was one of the celebrities. She was in a relationship with somebody. And that somebody out of the blue started asking for nudes. All right, that's your body. And she did send a lot of nudes. One day out of the blue, that person started playing some wild games, blackmailing that young lady, saying that either she pays a big chunk of dineros or he will be releasing, leaking those nudes. Let me tell you what she did. She's smart. She knows the game. She was in power. Because at the end of the day, once you are healed, you're aware, and you understand the game, and you know who you are and how powerful you are, you stand in your power. You stand in your power. Nobody can play no shit with you. You know what I'm saying? So here's what she did. She made it public. She made it public. I'm not sure, was it like using her social media or some like on a TV or show. She made it public. I remember that. Made it public, and she told the story pretty much to bring awareness to all women in this world and make the wave of change. And she shared pretty much all her nudes. Checkmate. Mate, I love it. So yeah, she was like, oh, you want to play this game with me? You want to just, blackmail me using my pictures of my own body? I'll leak it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll leak it myself. And this is the best approach, take notes, to do in these cases. Because if you're okay sharing those nudes, you'll be okay sharing them in your social media. There is no better exposure than self-exposure. You know what I'm saying? And this is pretty much an old cranky page from the Book of Eli. It's an inside joke. I mean, different story, same shit. Something happened just a few months ago. It's funny. I'm gonna make a separate, specific video about that experience because there is a lot to learn from that one. Not for me, for your sweetheart. I learned all my lessons. It was this karmic from old timelines, old lives, trying to push herself into through my this timeline. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not today, baby. Because I'm awake. I'm aware. I see it from a billion, thousand mile away. And I go shit. But again, I am passing by every single thing that it's not supposed to be in my timeline as an observer. You know what I'm saying? I just observe. I don't absorb. I just observe. Oh yeah, by the way, this pretty much fill in the same bucket. If you are familiar with the mirror, the window, and the door theory, you would probably understand what I'm talking about. The first experience that I talk about, the girl from the shitty area, that was 100% a mirror experience. For both of us, I ain't gonna lie. For both of us. But mostly it was for her because it was a lot of lessons for her. She was not aware. She was not willing to change. She's asleep. So that's what I was like, we're not in the same timeline. I ain't changing nobody. I ain't even wasting my time saying nothing. I just move on with my life, going back to my beautiful, timeline. It was also a mirror for me because it was a beautiful reminder and a message from the universe that I'm doing great and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be because I am the blueprint. So this experience that I'm going to share bits and pieces about right now, it was another mirror. And again, because when you know your power and you stand on it and you know exactly who you are, you're never fooled. You are never fooled. You can see through everything and everyone. Being the observer is the best place to be. It was a mirror. It was pretty much for that woman to learn a few things, but again, we don't belong in the same timeline. So that's not my problem. And it was another reminder, a beautiful message from me that I took and I celebrated. The message was, you're doing great. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Move on. And here is the thing. When you heal and you call upon all your powers and you stand on them and use them and you're awake and of course aware, you can easily shift timelines. You can jump between now and here, go back a little bit in the past as an observer, and jump into the future to get a glimpse of how beautiful your future is. That's how powerful you should be. So again, that was just a mirror. So the whole, it's a lot. So I'm gonna just put something that goes in align with the story that this video. Beautiful. She went through some changes, transformations in her body. What have she? Big boobs, big ass, or whatever. That's not my place. You want to do it, go do it. And there is no way in cold day in hell you can push that on me. I'm good. I have my boobs. I have my own understanding, programming about what a beautiful body looks like. It's my body. So there is no way you can taint what's already enlightened. So yeah, the thing that was really funny and hard at the same time to watch from someone who claim being in higher consciousness levels, someone who claims that doing the work, the shadow work and so forth, understanding the light, choosing God. Did God choose you? I'm not sure, because you will be seeing signs. I'm not sure. Someone who claim being non-judgmental, you know what I'm saying? Claiming a lot of big things that they don't even understand the real meaning of it. There are so many people who just talk the talk without even walking the walk. You know what I'm saying? You will always see the broken shadows just playing. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Again, it's not my place. I'm just telling the story from the observer standpoint. So if you know what is the soul, what is the higher self, what is the ego, and you know exactly which one is which, and when you know why are you doing whatever you're doing, you don't have to seek validation from nobody. From nobody. So you don't tell me, hey, Sakina, I'm doing this because my body wants this, because my higher self wants this, because my soul wants this. Don't tell me. I don't care. Don't do it. If you're doing it for you, that's for you. You don't have to tell me anything. No, I'm just telling you because I just wanted to understand my feelings. I don't have to understand your feelings. I understand my feelings and I can see through you, but it's not my place. It's not my business. It's not my fight. We're not the same timeline. I'm just speaking, a mirror, and that's it. No, all I'm saying is I am really, truly doing it for me because this is how I want to see myself. All right. So you are speaking your mind out loud because you want to hear yourself lying to yourself. All right. You were trying so hard to convince me of something that I see differently. All right. Are you trying to convince yourself about a lie that you're lying to yourself? Okay, I can be your echo chamber for a second, but still, I could have believed you if what you say, what you do, and what you believe matched. You know what I'm saying? Since there is no match, don't worry about me, baby. You want to do it and leave me alone because it's not my place. I'm not doing it for men. She kept saying, I'm not doing it for men. It's not my place. You can do it for the dinosaurs. I don't care. I don't care about that. All right, I'll follow your logic. If you're not doing it for men, and the only thing you're talking about and planning for and playing around and thinking about is men. So, excuse me. I'm not confused. You are. If you're saying that you're not doing it for the man gaze and the man validation, and all you are seeking is male gaze and male validation, keeping men close, manipulate them into some psycho games, keeping them confused. So which one is true? Because I see differently. I see things differently. What you say and what you do and the 3D, they don't match. So just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? You can lie to yourself, to anyone about me, because I'm an honest person. Honesty is one of my core values. If I am embodying the honest core value, there is no way for nobody to lie to me. Period. You can take your fake boobs and ass to the bathroom because you are constipated. That's about it. All right. So once you know who you are, once you know why you're doing what you're doing, you don't need to explain nothing. You don't need to seek nobody's validation, permission, and what have you. Period. If that makes you happy, it works for you, it gets you where you want to go, that is not my problem. All I'm saying is do it because we're not on the same consciousness level, understanding, awakening, awareness. We're not on the same timeline. Capiche? Capash. So you might say, all right, so now that I ask myself the right questions, what is really stopping me from going where I want to go? Embracing the light and the higher self and the full potential and so forth. Is it ethical? That's not a question for me, baby. I'm just the messenger. That is a question for you. Because at the end of the day, everything boils down to what is true to you, to your core beliefs, core values. If ethics is one of the core values, of course you're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're not gonna do it. That's not my place to tell you nothing. I can just help you understand the concept from a whole different perspective, from someone who has been there. You know what I'm saying? So, if Kim Kardashian did it, she's not the only one, by the way. That was not super creative, to be honest with you. But still, you want to use what God gave you to open the doors for you and then recycle it and make a legacy? Who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? Do it. Again, everything boils down to your own core values. And there is another video, now that I'm thinking about it, that I made a few months ago about the ethics and the morals. I will link it somewhere in the description box. I have my own understanding about ethics and morals. You know what I'm saying? Because I have my own. They align with the core values of the universe because those are my core values as well. It's all about alignment. You know what I'm saying? Because when you are fully aligned, there is no karma. You're doing it by the book. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it right for you, for your higher self, because at the end of the day, your higher self will always work for the highest good, which is your highest good. And if you are good, the community will be good. So your highest good will definitely be the highest good. Everyone's highest good. Nobody can worry about you. Because if you are true to yourself, you are true to the universe. And it will reflect in your life, in your heart, if that makes sense. So I have my own understanding and definition about the ethics and morals. I will link that video if you are interested. And I will leave you with a seed that I hope it grows the right way. It's an observation made by Nietzsche years ago. He said, ethics and morals are cowardly in disguise. I know. There's a lot of hard pills to swallow today. All right, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and happy healing, you all. I'll see you on the other side next time. Bye-bye. I can wait.